Good afternoon and good evening to you guys. This is Shady from Side Weather right now, and we're going to be going over the latest info of what is going on and why we're seeing two slight risk in these general areas. Stay tuned for a deep analyst and a deep dive into this severe weather. So, obviously, as you see right now, this is the satellite feed. You can see this big chunk of system is pushing into the most of Pennsylvania and into the portion of the Northeast on the East Coast. It's bringing lots of rain, some muggy and nasty conditions, but obviously that's not very concerning. The main concern is going to be flooding in these areas if they get a little too much rain. But the areas that we need to really look out for today is the Texas area and portions of the Florida regions, as we will be seeing a increase in severe weather in those areas over the past couple of days, and also the Georgia and Alabama regions could be seeing some severe weather. So we also gotta look out for that. But let's hop over to the SPC real quick and we'll show you what's going on. So, as y'all can see, we do have a marginal out there for portions of Texas, another marginal for portions of Florida, and another marginals for portions of South Carolina. And these areas are going to be in the marginal today. Major cities are going to be South Dallas, Fort Worth, Plano, Garland, and Arlington. But the major concern too is the 2% is going to be in this Florida region and into the South Carolina region and into Texas. That's going to be the major concern for today. But as we go on, you can see there is a 2% out there for portions of Florida. So wouldn't be surprised if a couple spin up tornadoes with some we also got to keep a lookout for. Moving to day one wind, you can see that there's a little bit of a wind risk there in South Carolina, a little bit of a wind risk in this area, in the areas where the tornado risk was, and a wind risk over here in portions of uh, Texas. Hail risk, not as bad, still the same shaded regions, but something you got to watch out for. Day two regions, where areas we have to look out for is Texas, Kansas, and Oklahoma. Major cities: Dallas, Fort Worth, Tulsa, Arlington, Plano, and Wichita, as there is a slight risk out there. The severity of it is just going to be a tour risk, as you see, 2% in these regions. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple spin up tornadoes with this. So is the wind risk very high out there. Most portions of Oklahoma could be seeing that, and northern Kansas could be seeing some stuff too as we reach into tomorrow. Hail risk is going to be the major concern as we have a shaded area of yellow, which is concerning for the areas of Texas and Oklahoma that we got to watch out for. If this thing does go enhanced, we will be live tomorrow and covering this. Looking at the day three, obviously we have a slight. A slight is going to be issued for Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. Although there is a slight for those regions, it also includes the marginal. Major cities: Dallas, Shreveport, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Garland, and Austin. You guys need to be on the lookout as there could be some spin up tornadoes. Don't quite know what it looks like right now. I'm sure we'll get more info as we go on into later tonight. Probabilities 15%. Yellow regions are going to be the major concerns for severe weather. I'm not saying you can't see anything in the green regions, but some we also got to keep a lookout for. Take a look at the day four. The reason why it's getting really busy is because, I mean, it's spring. It's right here. When we're recording this, it's like March. It's the 6th March. 6th of March. And then where we're at in these regions: Georgia and Florida. Jacksonville, Savannah, Macon, and Albany. You guys are in a 15% risk for these regions. Taking a look at the temps right now, fairly warm out there today. You can see it did do a dramatic cool down from yesterday. This region and these areas we're seeing a very warm day up to the 70s in some areas. But once that warm front pushed out and then cold front dropped in, that's why we're seeing so many temperature change. But the stuff that's going to fuel these storms are going to be in the 65, 79 areas. So that's a major concern. As you can see, these areas are really warm out and could fuel those storms as we go on later into tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple severe thunderstorm warnings out of this. But once again, we'll go live if anything does get concerning. Alright, taking a look at the NAM nest to give us a long range. Fairly quiet out there. You can see there's a couple showers and storms that pop up later today. Mainly a concern into the overnight hours pushes out. You can see, look at this up here north. There's a big storm that pushes and continues. Obviously, this is still very far out, but this is the main concern I really was concerned about. As you can see, this line looks very dangerous with severe potential. So we'll see if the NAM and the HRRR continue to agree with this. If they do, once again, we'll just have to, watch out for this. And watching out meaning we'll just continue to monitor the situation. Okay, so taking a look at the HRRR, guys, we are looking at the recent loading scan. As you can see, it's still loading in. Going a couple hours out, you see as we go into the later nighttime hours, you can see, um, and these general areas are going to be the main concern for severe weather, in my opinion. And you can see that by going a couple more hours in, you can see this low storm starts to pop up, then dies off a little bit more. But then it really starts to explode into tomorrow as it forms a strong line of possible severe storms and gusty winds at times into Kansas and into the areas of Missouri. And then goes into these areas will be a threat later on as they could be seeing some severe storms, and you can see it really starts to die off. But down to the south, you have a couple supercells really firing up. You can see there's your line here, another line of concern down up here into Kansas, and then down in here, stretching all the way to Oklahoma. Those are two areas of concern that I am concerned about. Something we gotta continue to monitor. And it kind of dies off, but this line really explodes back in the south, and then it really starts to progress. Also, bringing some gusty winds, possible tornadoes at times. Wouldn't be surprised if we do see any tornadoes out of this. Um, but at the same time, you gotta watch out. Stay tuned to your local weather radio and obviously your latest news channel that's near you. Um, and just overall, like keep an eye out on the weather. Don't go outside if you hear tornado sirens. Seek shelter because these things are going to be into the overnight and into the morning hours. By the looks of it, obviously, if we have to go live and it is necessary, we will do so. But right now, we're gonna continue to monitor the situation, and that's pretty much what the HRR is showing. I mean, all the ingredients are there. Just gotta continue to watch for it. And once again, yeah, that's pretty much what's going on right now. Fairly quiet for now, but as we get into the later evening, there should be showers and thunderstorms that are going to be there. Going over the severe weather tips, obviously never drive through flooded roads. Always turn around, don't drown. Key info, turn around, don't drown. Tornado sirens aren't designed to really be heard indoors. They're designed to be heard outside doors. Tornadoes can occur in tornado can occur in severe thunderstorm watches and warnings too, obviously. Take shelter for severe warnings too. There could be damaging wind and possibly hail in that too. You may not have much time to seek shelter. Always wear a helmet, shoes when taking shelter. Have a plan. Lightning can strike several miles away from severe thunderstorm warnings and thunderstorms. Stay away from windows and have a storm kit. Those are major, major tips you need to have in place as this severe thunderstorm season does really gets in action now and continuing into like later June and into July. So definitely a big coming up of these severe weather. So we'll just continue to have to watch out for this. Once again, I want to thank you all for watching this video. You can find us on Twitter at SciWeather, Instagram at SciWeather91, and don't forget the Discord at SciWeather. We have a TikTok. A link will be in the description below. This is SciWeather, and this is Shady from SciWeather. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the support. Goodbye, everybody.